She says she's her own soulmate?
I think what she's saying is that she doesn't need a man to define her. She doesn't need...
How you going to be your own soulmate?
Because you love yourself so much.
What kind of dumb shit is that?
You love yourself so much that you know, you don't have to dumb down yourself to because for a man.
Yo, what's this dumb down stuff? Yo, do you know how much women be saying shit like that? Do you know how much men have to dumb themselves down to be in a relationship with a woman?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Dumb themselves down.
Yo, men gotta fucking switch up everything half the time. Everything. Women get in relationships and take over. Take over.
Baby, because women technically have a little bit more sense than men. That's why we grow up faster. We do. Men need women to kind of guide them a certain way. Yes.
Yo, half the time women don't know what they doing, what they want, where they going. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
When you say we don't know what we want, where we going, what's that supposed to mean?
Half the time you can't even keep your emotions in check. You could be pissed off, start a whole argument, and don't know why you mad.
Are you talking about me? Because that's the truth.
And not even be able to articulate it. That's what y'all do. Y'all be like, I'm mad. I'm emotional. Why? I don't know. I'm just mad.
No, I don't say I don't know. When I'm upset with you, I say what I have to say, and then you turn it all around, and you be like, this doesn't make sense, blah, blah. And I'm like, it makes sense to me.
What happens in the end?
You'll be right, but still, it makes sense to me at that particular time.
But it actually don't in the end. It doesn't make sense because it might make sense in your head, but it don't, because at the end of the day, you just said you'll be mad about something, and then in the end, you'll admit, okay, you're right. That means you wasn't whatever you was mad at.
But it took me time because I had to calm down first. Because women,
it's irrational.
That women go. We are emotional beings.
Irrational, yes.
We're the ones that allow men to survive.
Wow.
You got to understand, a woman being sensitive and a woman being a certain way, guess what that does? It helps a man understand that his one hormone needs to be checked and he needs to add a few more hormones.
Is my face greasy? I think I put too much of that jojoba.
No, you're good, baby. You're good. You're always good, baby.
That bionatal jojoba.
Oh, speaking of sponsors.
Shit, kind of overdid. I feel like I overdid.
No, you did good. It's good. It has a very nice regular glow. I like you like that. Speaking of bionatal, speaking of sponsors, excuse me. This episode is sponsored by Bionatal. So let me tell you about it real quick.
Did you show them?
So, yeah, look, see? Okay. Let me tell you about Bionatal real quick. You can talk on your stuff, whatever, but they have jojoba seed oil, and they have arugula seed oil. Arugula is for the hair. You notice how my hair is bomb, is thick. I live by this. I use it every day. I love it. It's the bomb. Jojoba is for the skin. You see how my skin look good?
Make sure you're looking at the camera, not yourself in the viewfinder.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at myself.
Amateurs.
I wasn't looking at myself. It's hard because the thing is right there. So if you're looking for it to clean up your skin, make your skin look bomb, have that natural glow, you're going to want to try out jojoba seed oil. I use it every single day in the morning and night, and arugula day and night. You could condition your hair with it, rinse it out, whatever. Use it. The code, I'll give you a code because y'all special. We rinsing
nothing now. We put it in our hand, leave
it right. I leave it in all the time, but I just be saying it just in case. And it's not greasy and moldy, so not greasy and moldy. Greasy and attracts dirt. I love Bionatal products, and I use it myself. I'm gonna give you a coupon code because y'all the bomb, and I'm gonna put the website in the a description. All right, anyway.
What's your promo code?
Oh, my promo code is Hey, Hey, Beauty, Beauty, 5.
Okay, so back to what I was saying.
Okay, sorry.
What I was saying goes back into the whole, that saying, happy wife, happy home?
Yes.
That's the most irrational, foul, disrespectful, I can't even think of all the other words. That is one of the worst phrases, because what that's essentially saying is you better act right. You better do whatever the woman wants, or she's going to make your life hell. And that's accepted. That in itself.
It's not accepted by you. I would love.
No, any real man is hell no, you're not going to go with that. But it's still a reality that you got to navigate through.
I think it's a happy couple than a happy home, kind of.
Yeah, that sounds good. But the whole thing of that whole thing, happy wife, happy home, that means, like I said, there's too many women that the most of the society run with that. That's a way of them getting their way. That's blatantly saying, you do what I say and make me happy, or I will make your life hell. And that seems to be like just what it is. It's
okay, hold on. Because I feel like I feel like you're not understanding. Happy wife, happy home, right? I think what certain people are trying to say is that we complain and we'll be miserable
if you don't get your way.
Yes.
Right.
I think woman wants to get their way.
Right. And in that process,
I do believe a man should spoil a woman, which you do for me. But
in that process, women are out for themselves. They want what they want, and they usually end up taking over. When it comes to the household, they try to dominate and take over.
Give me an example. It doesn't have to be someone you know, but just give me an example. Not me, because I let you be who you is.
How many women? It's one thing to decorate. You know, women are better with that.
Oh, don't go there.
Women are better with decorating.
Don't go there.
What?
Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Women are better with decorating.
Okay.
But it comes to the point where it goes too far.
Okay.
Think about this. How many times where women will be telling a man, "Oh, you don't need this. Oh, get rid of that. Oh, that's nonsense. Don't do this, do that." Everything's not about you.
Oh, yeah.
But how many times have you seen it?
Okay.
Well, they'll be criticizing everything that the man has or is trying to do.
Okay.
But the majority of the stuff in the house will be something that they created, like brought in and set up. And the guy's like, "Oh, I want this." They're like, "No, get that out of here. No, you can't do this. You can't do that."
Because a lot of men,
But you're sharing I know what you're going to say already. You're sharing a space. It is not your domain.
Okay.
Like you, for instance, you want to have 15,000 pillows all throughout the place.
I don't want 15,000.
Where does those pillows end up?
On the floor, because you throw it on the floor.
Because there's
only men complain about that. If the girl's
stupid.
like for the office on my couch, if a woman comes by, she'll see it. Oh my God, that's so pretty, and then
there's nowhere to sit.
No, there'd be a little bit of space.
It's not about sitting all the time. That you can't sit on.
It's not about sitting all the time. You know what I don't like that you do? If you come and you see the pillow somewhere, even on the bed, when I make up the bed, you know what you do? You come in and you just throw it on the floor.
It's in the way. Where's it supposed to go? I'm coming in my bed, in my room, to lay on my bed and be comfortable.
I don't like that, babe. I always complain to you about that. I don't like that. Take it neatly.
And do what?
And put it somewhere, like maybe
all
on
15, 20, 30, however many pillows?
I don't be doing that much. It'd be a little bit less than that. Like, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6, 7, 8. If it's the pillows that you sleep on, and then maybe an extra 2 pillows.
You got the nerve to be like, don't lay on them. Don't throw them on. Where the hell are they supposed to go?
No, don't lay on the good pillows.
And then you buy more and more and more.
So I can switch it out a little bit. Like, do a different style.
So anyway.
It makes the place look nice.
We ain't going
Baby,
in on
your
pillows.
taste, stop it. Because when I fix stuff up, you be like, yeah, that looks amazing. You did a good job. But then you might want to bring in a damn fish tank.
You're damn right.
In the space.
You're damn right. Because this is not first of all, in general, we ain't talking about fish tanks and pillows overall. We're talking about you specifically. You try to create a showroom when this ain't a damn showroom. This is our living space. And the majority of our living space is work related. So how the hell you creating a showroom and you be like, "Oh, for when people come over, yo, this is not a museum." When I come into your office, you be like, "Oh, why don't you come in my office and hang out? Why don't you come in my office and eat lunch?" I got to come in there. There's a table. You got probably 3 tables at least. 2 big ass desks. And then if I come in there to either do some work or eat, I got to clear the whole damn table off first.
Oh, my back. Guys, my back. I've been paying.
Most of the time, I look at that shit and walk out. I'm like, I don't have time for this. There's no comfort.
And then I do call you back.
It makes no sense. Move this, move. It's like, what?
But when you come, it's in a tray, so it's just easy
all that
to move
stuff
out
that's
the
sitting
way.
on the table. Again, your office is a work environment.
Yeah,
not
but
a showroom.
Yeah, but
So all that stuff is there for who?
Okay, for me, you gotta understand something about
But
women.
then you can't
we
work when
live
you
off of creativity.
Yo,
so if
it's
something
not-
looks beautiful and everything is
insane.
designed in place, it makes you feel better.
It's insane.
Men are
It's
not
clutter.
like that. Most men.
It's clutter.
It's not clutter.
It's clutter.
It's not clutter.
It is. It's clutter.
No, it's not. It's me putting out cute things that makes me feel good. And then when I know the girls come by, they want to think it's cute.
First of all, it's your workspace. Not that many
I
people
get work
come
done.
by.
I'm always on the computer.
Every time you have to do anything on any one of your desks, you have to move things around and rearrange it. That is insane.
Okay, to you.
That makes no
But
sense.
I'd rather the desk
That
look good.
That impedes progress, and then it makes the whole place cluttered.
I don't agree with
And
that.
then you keep saying, "Oh, I don't have enough space." You got a whole damn office, but you keep putting more shit in there, more desks, more tables, more this. Then you ain't talking about you ain't got no space.
I don't know.
I don't have no space to work out. I don't have no space for this. Oh, what? That's because you filled the whole
Baby,
space
my
up
back
with
hurt.
nonsense.
You're making me laugh too much.
You had the nerve when in the studio, you come in here talking about, oh, we need to decorate. Decorate what? It's supposed to be open space. It's a studio. It's not supposed to look cute.
But I feel like you just don't put any pizzazz.
It's no need for pizzazz. It's a workspace. You need open space to record. You need to set up the equipment. You need space to move. There's no space to make
All
things
right,
cute.
you're making my office
That's
seem like
insane.
it's just closed in. It's not closed in.
we're
It's
talking
very
ab-
feminized.
We're talking about the studio. If I left it up to you,
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing with the warehouse.
Okay.
You wanted to make the warehouse look cute. It's a warehouse.
Yeah,
It's a work environment. You need space to get work done.
Yeah, but
Not look cute.
I still wanted it to have some kind of look to it, not be too bland. You know,
That's what it's
just
for.
boxes
It's to get
and
work.
stuff.
Right.
It just
You
looks
want to make boxes look pretty?
Yes.
For who?
Maybe put like a big logo
For
sticker on the
who?
box. For me,
It's
for
not
us,
a showroom.
okay.
No one's coming in there. No one's taking pictures.
I feel more inspired.
No
when
one's
things
holding
look-
meetings.
Right, but I feel so
It's not
more
even your
inspired.
space.
Okay.
That's another thing.
Okay.
It's not even your space.
right,
That goes
okay.
back to the original point. You try to take over and dominate. And then you have the nerve, it's my space for my work environment, for my business, and you trying to do something else with it that don't make sense. That is insane.
Listen, without me and without women, you guys would just live in
You know what? You know
hoarded,
why men?
crazy
You know why men
place.
be drinking
Oh shit!
and stressed out.
Stop
and
it! You
miserable?
love a drink.
I didn't say me. See, you keep relating things personal.
Because I'm not relating in personal. I just want people to know that it's not me.
Listen. This, you know when you go to the mall and you see the dudes just sitting around on the chairs and the couches looking lost, like pitiful little kids. These are grown ass men, and their wives are somewhere shopping, and they sitting there like they a puppy who got tied to the pole, and they sitting there like, why have I been here for 3 days? Where's my owner? It's cold. It's raining. Like, what happened? They don't love me? Why are men sitting there? That would never be me.
I know.
Homie, get your ass up and go do something. You shouldn't even be there shopping with her. Dude's is crazy.
Wait, we've been together for what? Almost 17 years,
Yes.
right? And I think you might have gone shopping with me
A bunch of times, but
a few times, really low.
It got
but then you
regulated.
cut it out.
You're
Yeah,
damn
you
right.
did cut it out.
Because
And you did.
even that, you had zero consideration, and I wasn't going to be one of them dudes.
Because most men know what they want.
You damn right.
Because
You're
you guys
damn
don't.
right.
But you
And
guys
life,
don't.
period.
Right.
You're
No.
perfect.
No.
You said
no.
it.
A
And
lot
women
of men
don't. And women
first
don't.
of all, women has
Women don't know what they
a
want.
large variety of things to look for. Men,
Like
it's a
what?
very small underwear.
You know what you go out for. You know
Yeah,
where it's
but you
at.
still gotta
you know
look
what store
for
to go
stuff.
get it.
What if you don't
you
know
know
what you
colors
gonna
you
wear?
like? You know what brands you like.
But you still got to look through stuff
For
to get
what?
it. We need time because things fit different bodies a certain way.
You know your body type?
Yeah, but you know your
What you talking
pant
about?
size
You're not shopping
and
for
go
other
right,
people.
right. But some things be a medium and it really be a small.
It's
So
the
we
same
have
thing
to
for
try
men.
on.
Right. We try it on. We look in the mirror. We out. Even look at the difference. If I go to, if you come with me, right?
Yes.
I'll go try something on. Every little thing, you want to see it. I could try something on and tell you it didn't fit. I literally couldn't pull the pants up past the second half of my leg. You're like, oh, but I wanted to see it. What? I couldn't even get it on. What are you talking about? Oh, come out, try it again. Hell no. I ain't got time for that. Or I'll put something on. I'll be like, no, that didn't work. You're like, oh, but I wanted to see it. For what? I don't like it. It ain't fitting right. It ain't happening. I ain't buying it. I ain't wearing it. What am I coming out and showing it to you for? Okay. Let's keep it moving. You want to come out and wear everything, twirl. Oh, does it look good? If I tell you it look good, you'll still put it back.
Oh my God.
When I tell you something don't look good, you probably will buy that one.
No, if you don't like something, I don't buy it. If you don't like the way something, come on.
But then here's another thing. If I say, nah, that ain't working, you'll be like, oh, why? And like your heart's broken. Like, no, it don't work. Just something else.
Right. But if you tell me it doesn't work, I want to know why. What about it? So I know when I'm shopping next time, this is the reason that you didn't like it.
Same thing every time. How many times if I said, that's good, get that? You end up putting it back. But you'll stand there for 30 minutes. Oh. Yo, ain't no dude got no time for that. That's insane.
Right. So what do? I don't
shop
go
by
shopping.
Your damn self.
I don't even like shopping with other women. I just like to be by myself and take things slow.
Okay.
So I don't bother you to shop. I don't bother you for shit.
Cause I ain't gonna go for certain things.
No, but you don't, and I respect that.
Kinda,
and I think that's what makes our relationship go. No.
You ain't dragging me shopping for some, I gotta go buy some shoes. I ain't coming. No. There's no discussion.
Okay. I get that. I've adapted to you not going shopping with me, and that sometimes I'll send you pictures, right? And say, what do you think of this?
And you still do the same shit.
Okay. But I'm saying,
I'm like, yo, those are good. Nah, I the hell you asked me for then?
Listen, let me ask you a question. Let me jump.
Come home with some whole other shit. Like,
let me ask you a question,
and then end up returning that. But go ahead.
But men can't compromise a little bit and just hang out with their woman when they're shopping.
Not for 12 hours.
Okay.
Looking at shoes for 8 hours.
What if it's like 3?
Hell no.
Well, okay. So let's put us in the equation, right?
Okay.
I stopped asking. Well, once I realized it didn't have a point, I understood because you spoke to me about it. Hold on. You spoke about it, and when I asked you to go shopping with me, you're like, no, because you're going to be going to different stores. You're going to do that. Because I respect how you feel, and I don't want you to be there bored when you could do something else, I said, okay. So I don't even I'll be like, you want to go? You tell me straight out, no. I'll let you be who you're going to be. That's what woman needs to do. If they will let their man be who they are, then they'll be all right. Go ahead.
You going to let me be who I'm going to be?
I want you to be yourself for your entire life.
So you running things, right?
Yeah.
You going to let me be who I want to be.
A happy woman is what's the phrase?
You don't even know what that is.
Yes, I think that. Let's talk about that. Let's jump into a relationship.
So along that, why are women so inconsiderate generally?
I don't think women are inconsiderate. I think that women has a lot of needs more than men. Like, I feel like.
Says who?
We do,
What makes
babe.
you think that? First of all, what makes you think you have more needs than the next person? Have you ever asked? Has anybody ever told you that?
Then a man. You always tell me your needs. You told me your needs.
So okay, no, but I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
You just made a statement.
Okay.
Have you ever asked or been told that by a man?
No.
That he has less needs than you do?
No.
So what makes you assume that?
Okay.
Because you only care about yourself.
No.
And what you need.
No, that's not true.
And again, I'm speaking in general.
Okay. I know you ain't talking about me. I know you ain't to a certain extent.
You had your time.
I've gotten through it because you ain't putting up with it, and I love you. So, and you're a good man to me. So yeah, I'm gonna adjust a couple of things. Okay. So, woman, honestly, what was the question again? Say it, because
Why are you so inconsiderate of men and our wants and needs?
Okay, I think because, first of all, I don't believe that men has more wants and needs than a woman.
Why?
A woman has so many things that their body goes through, their mind goes through. 1, we menstruate. 2, we bear children. 3, we get pregnant. It has a lot because we have mental needs things are heavier on a woman. They have to worry about constantly making their man happy, constantly making sure that it's a lot of work. Plus, be mothers.
Okay.
Plus, they're supposed to look good. Their hair is supposed to be done.
So
all these things.
What do you think men have to worry about?
Got me getting stressed out and hot.
What you think men have to worry about?
What you got to worry about?
I'm asking you.
Paying the bills.
I'm asking you.
Paying the bills. Being themselves. Being showed respect.
The hell, what?
Having sex and yeah.
So you don't have a clue.
Yeah, I do, cause All right, so you tell me. Tell everybody.
The same stuff that you said about you.
Yes.
It's the same stuff men have to worry about.
No, so you menstruate, you have kids. Now come on, you menstruate, you have kids.
After that,
you have to bear 9 months.
After that,
you have to worry about look. You could wake up and look handsome every single morning. You know what women do? We have to fix up ourselves, especially black women. We can't wash and go like W women. We have to fix up ourselves. It takes me 2 hours to do my hair. Come on, we have a lot of. Okay, so that's why we just need time.
Let me correct you.
What?
Okay, this is where a lot of bullshit comes in.
Okay.
And I'm going to use you as the perfect example.
Oh my God.
Right?
Fine.
How long have I been telling you, you don't need earrings? You have this thing where you feel like your earrings make or break you. And it doesn't. You don't need makeup. And you don't be bugging with the makeup. But there's times where you feel like you, and a lot of women in general, feel like they need makeup when they don't.
Okay.
Most men hate makeup.
Yeah, our son hates makeup.
So most men, that shit is not, we don't care about that shit. Something you care about. You think it
makes us feel good as women. And it does enhance your looks when you wear makeup.
But if the person that you're with is telling you that it's not necessary.
Right. It doesn't mean because you told me it's not necessary. Thank you. I appreciate it.
But you spend time. But look, you put
because I want it. I like.
All right, but you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead. Say what you're saying.
To go along with what you were saying, all this pressure and all this stuff, it's pressure you put on yourself unnecessarily.
I don't think it's.
It is because listen, it's women have this thing where, and it goes back to competing with other women.
Okay.
Because if a man is telling you you don't need makeup.
Okay.
If you're going,
but a man doesn't. A man can dictate the way.
Listen, listen to what I'm telling you.
Yes.
You're talking about if you're going out. Let's say you're going out, and a man is like, "Yo, you don't need makeup." Now, any man, the woman that he's with, wants to show off his woman, wants to be proud of his woman in public. If you're going out in public, and the man is telling you, you don't need the earrings. You don't need the makeup. You don't need that wig. You don't need none of that shit. Those eyelashes.
Yes.
You look good.
Yes.
But then you still ignore that and you put all this pressure to look a certain way.
Okay.
When it's not necessary.
But what if you feel like sometimes when I'm going out, which you don't really complain because I try not to do too much makeup, and you always tell me I look great without makeup, both you and our son, always say that. But sometimes for me, I just want to enhance my look even more.
Right.
So I do it because I want to. I don't do it to compare to women because
It is because let me stop you right there.
Okay.
One, that's all y'all do is compare each other. The other thing is
I don't agree with that.
That's all women do.
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
You go out.
Yes.
Whether it's you or other women.
Yes.
Women don't look at another woman like, oh, why she got that on? Why she didn't fix her face? Why she didn't? I hear that shit all the time.
Okay.
And it's like, why?
Yeah, but that's not competing. That's
it
like
is because y'all criticize each other and then y'all create these expectations and standards against each other. When if your man is happy with you, and you was probably happy with you until you go out, and that changes because when you go out, you're not worried about other dudes. You're worried about what women are gonna say and how they're gonna criticize you and judge you. So again, you talking about expectation, all this pressure. That's because y'all deal with this other shit that's not necessary. Y'all deal with your insecure feelings and y'all deal with other women that's going to criticize you. So you got to keep up with that shit.
Yeah, you want to kind of make sure you go out and you look on point. But it's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
It might not be necessary to you, but obviously this is something that women do. We do, like I personally don't look at another woman, and if I see another woman and she's on point, I'm like, you're on point. If I see a woman that's not on point, you can't help it. You see them, you're like, what is she wearing? It's just normal. It's just a normal reaction. Men don't usually compare themselves to another man. You never do.
Because most of us, not all of us, but most of us are just generally secure with ourselves.
Okay.
There's a lot of men. I always keep it real all the way across the board.
Okay.
There's a lot of men that they're not secure, and they do a lot of dumb shit, and they are competing with other dudes. But the average guy, they're content with themselves overall.
Okay.
So me personally, if I look in the mirror, however I'm dressed or however I look, if I'm comfortable with that, I'm good. I'm stepping outside,
right?
And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Then,
let me finish.
Okay.
The only person I'm gonna consider is you.
Okay, because I was about to come at you like.
So listen, but there's even times where you've said something, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if you say something's not right, I'm gonna fix it or change or whatever.
Which is like rarely, because you know.
But if you're really not feeling something, I'm like, no, but I like it. You saying you don't like it, it's not gonna hurt my confidence.
Right.
It's not gonna make me feel away.
Right.
Whereas if there's times where I'll tell you look good.
Yeah.
But because it's not the word that you wanted to hear.
Okay. All right.
You'll look crushed.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, you look good. And your whole thing would be like, I said, yo, you look crazy. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, yo, I just said you look good. You like, but you didn't say this word.
It's the way you say it. You'd be like, yo. I'd be like, how I look? You look good. It's like there's no emotion.
Because
sometimes you'd be like, you look.
No,
sometimes you switch up the reaction a little bit, and you'd be like, no, you look good. You look good. But sometimes it's like, you look fine. You and Malik. If I go, Malik is our son. If I go to Malik and I'm like, Malik, how does this look? It's fine.
Right. Because
what do you mean it's fine?
I'm gonna
is it
explain
bomb?
To you.
Like.
Listen.
If my girlfriends say to me, Nikki, how does this look? I'm like, oh my God, girl, that looks bomb.
You're making.
You look great. Your hair looks this. Men, I get it. You don't want to say too much because you're a man and you manly. But fine is not good enough to me. Most women.
You just made the point that I was waiting to make. You're expecting a response that you get from women. You're getting the same compliment, but you're expecting it as the way a woman would say it. Men are not women. I'm not going to speak and say things that a woman would say. And if I did, you're going to look at me crazy.
I would. Okay. I agree with that because I wouldn't even want you to be like, oh my God, you look amazing.
Exactly.
I guess sometimes you want your man to be like, damn, baby, you look good. Like, I want that but all the time.
Okay, so let's break that down.
Okay.
One, to get that, you have to do something most of the time exceptional to look that way. Now, that's one thing. Because, listen.
Mother turkey.
Let me explain that. To be clear.
Okay.
If you look good every day.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
What do you really expect that reaction? Oh my God! Oh my God! Yo! No, that's not realistic. So if you do something some days exceptional, then you're going to get that natural response.
That exceptional.
Yes. And that's just real.
Okay.
So if realistically, if I'm coming at you every single day, you're not even going to appreciate that if I come at you like that. It's not going to mean anything. And at some point, you're going to know it's fake. Okay. But you probably would want that fake shit just because it fuels your ego.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
Let me switch this on you real quick.
Okay.
Question. What's the big deal? I say I love you all the time, every single day. I can't help it. I love you. It's just something that comes out. I love the word love. You don't say, you might say I love you twice a week. Why is that? When you know you nuts about me, you love me, baby.
Okay.
What's with men like that?
One thing, I'm speaking for me.
Okay.
One thing, it's not in my nature, and you know that, to just be saying that 24/7. Okay. You have this tendency to say I love you 1,000 times a day.
Maybe 100. Right?
So if I said it 100 times a day to you, it loses its value.
So you're trying to say my 100 times lost its value?
Yeah.
Really?
So hold on. Hold on. There's more to that.
Yeah, please.
You not only say it 100 times a day, but you say it to everybody. You say it to everybody when you're ending a conversation on the phone. You say it when you're saying it in person. You say it to Mark. You say it to the neighbor upstairs. You say it to everybody.
I don't say it to the neighbor upstairs.
You do. I heard you.
Really?
When you was in the
love
office.
You, girl.
No, I know. You was like, love you. I heard you. You say it to everybody. It's your
because I do love people.
But it's the way you close out conversations.
Okay.
I could say, you could come over to the office, ask me a question, and then you walk away, I love you. You literally say it after every conversation.
Damn, I could be saying I hate you.
Yes, but realistically, it's like, all right, I'm going to say this to you like after every conversation.
You know what's so funny that you say that? I actually, you might say I love you twice a week. Yeah, I'd be counting. Not really, but I do.
And another thing is,
what?
You say it so much,
yeah.
You never give me the opportunity to say it.
Okay. Because I have this, I like to close out things with love you because I don't know if I'm going to say, tomorrow's not promised. It's just the way I feel. Like, I don't want to not take that chance to let you know I love you.
Okay, but then you can't expect me to say it a million times like you do.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Why don't you, hold on. Why don't you say that you love me as much as I would like? I do.
How many times would you like to hear it?
Every day? Like...
But you hear it every day.
Yeah, okay. I do.
You was being funny. You said a couple of times a week. No, you hear it every day, and you hear it multiple times a day, but you're not hearing it 100 times a day, like the way you say it.
Okay, so sometimes I'll say to you on the phone, love you, babe, and you be like, yeah. What you say? What you
say all types of shit.
You be like, yup. Or you say certain
things. Yes,
that's
like, because, again, you're saying it all day, every day. After the end of every conversation.
But I only say it to people that I love. But I love you and my son, like,
yeah, you say
and
it
mommy.
To everybody.
And my friends.
You say it to everybody.
But my love, when I say I love you, I be meaning, like, it be just coming from my body parts.
It's just like when I say it unsolicited.
I love when you say
right.
unsolicited.
And that's
so
the way
cute.
this is the other thing. That's the way it's supposed to be.
All right.
It's supposed to be a natural thing.
It be natural though for me.
But listen, but you're okay, but if I don't get on you for saying it.
No, you don't.
But you get on me for not saying it as much as you say it.
Okay.
When that's not even realistic.
Okay.
But again, it's the same thing like with the flowers. If I'm buying you flowers every week, you come to expect it. It's no longer special. It doesn't mean anything after a while. You get people flowers on special occasions. You do certain things for people on special occasions. And when you do it...
What about non-special occasions? What about not bringing home flowers just because? Even though I don't like flowers. But it's
a whole other story. But it's the same thing. Then it becomes expected. For you to even say, well, what about a non-thing? Okay. Then it starts to become expected, and then it doesn't have the meaning. Then it's just something that it becomes a chore for the other person.
Right. Okay. So basically, if I had this expectation of you bringing me flowers for every time we don't agree with something, even though it don't last if we don't agree, whatever.
Like if we had an argument?
Yes. Why a lot of men, when they're arguing, that's where that line comes, a happy woman.
I was going to say, that's another thing, because they're kissing ass. And
they want to fix it. They don't want the woman to be upset.
Yeah, but sometimes that happens even when the guy didn't do shit. And the woman's mad because the guy's mad. And then the guy got to do some dumb shit just to stop the argument. Because women would be, how many times realistically you've been mad because I'm mad? And I'm like, wait, but I'm mad because you did something. And then you mad because I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not apologizing if I didn't do. I'm the one that's mad, and I'm not even walking around beefing.
I hate when you're mad.
But then you'll be walking around mad. Like, wait a minute.
Because I don't like when you're mad at me, so I get mad that you're mad.
But again, that's illogical. It's insane. So now in that situation, I don't even have the space to be mad. Because now I got to worry about your feelings. Okay. And if I'm not careful, you'll control the narrative and now make it about you. Now you mad. And now whatever you mad about, that's the main story.
You know what I like about you? I'm going to say this. You know what I like about you?
Break shit down.
Yeah. I like that. You know what I like about you? I'm not even going to lie. And I think if more men just be honest. But I know most men cannot be honest because their woman is not going to accept it.
Thank you.
What I love about you...
Facts! Facts!
Don't go too far because
fellas, I got us.
I'm not agreeing. thing.
Go ahead.
What I love about you is your ability.
Unapologetically a man.
Yeah, you let me know. That's what I like about you. You let me know. Why are you mad? When we're into something and I'm walking around with an attitude, and even though you're upset, you'll stop and be like, yo, why are you mad? What happened? Why are you mad? And then I still be mad like, oh my God, but I don't really have a reason. I'm just mad because you're mad. But what I like that you do is you pull my cards all the time, because I just be screwing up, y'all. It's always me. But you pull my cards, and that's one of the things I really respect and love about you. You are not just catering to me just because you don't want me to be upset.
So what is it that made you at some point look at it from that perspective and kind of make adjustments?
I started to make adjustments when I started to realize certain things I was doing didn't make sense. And I wasn't giving you the opportunity to be in your feelings. One time you did say that to me, like, I don't get an opportunity to be mad.
Right.
And this was like a while back. I don't get an opportunity to go through my emotions. Right. And I really honestly had to look at myself after a while. I had to look at myself and really think, okay, what about how you feel? You know, because you've said that to me, like, you know, what about me? And you weren't trying to be sensitive and all that, you know, be like feminine or anything like that. You was like, yo, I make sure you're always, you know, a certain way. What about how I feel?
Right.
You are upset about something which you have the right to be upset about, and I'm mad. That's because I don't like when you are upset. But I respect.
But wait.
And I've changed myself, not compromise, because I'm not going to compromise who I am. But I understand. I'll take the time out and understand now where you're coming from. And so because of that, I decided if you're mad, to allow you to be mad. If you need a moment, to allow you to have a moment. It's only fair.
Right.
But go ahead, say what you're saying.
What is it about most women where they can't accept being wrong? Or like, why if I'm upset, you feel like you need to be upset? Because what from my perspective, what that's doing is it's minimizing the issue.
Okay.
And it's a way to not address the issue.
Yes.
Then you make it about you.
Yourself.
And now the man has to now cater to you.
That's what I began to understand. When you actually broke it down to me like that before. Why I was doing it before is because spoiled. I just, you know, naturally just be like, this is how I want it, and I want to get it this way, and that's it. And I think most women just want what they want. Okay. You have taught me to, especially in order for us to be together all this time and like each other and enjoy each other's company, you have taught me how to understand that it's not just always about me. You know what I'm saying? And that's something, it took me a while to really understand that, because a lot of whoever was my exes, they didn't portray things. They didn't give me the information that you did. When you decide that you're going to spend the rest of my life with me, you decide, okay, certain things has to be done a certain way. It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life compromising and not feeling happy. So once you broke it down to me properly, and as I got older too, I started to understand where you were coming from. So it makes it easier for me to give you a moment and to really be sympathetic to a woman, you know, to women and how, you know, things are done. I'm more sympathetic to you because you're also human, you know. And that's you taught me that.
That's
honestly.
what I had to tell you sometimes, like, yo, I have feelings. I'm a human. Like, things affect me too. Yeah. Like, I might not react the way you act.
Yeah, because I'd be like,
right. I'm not, like, men are not going to act like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, you can't minimize how I might feel in a situation. Yeah. And make it all about you. And that's what typically...
And I did that for a lot. I used to just make it all about me a lot.
But that's typically what a lot of women do.
I agree with that.
And they manipulate the situation.
Right.
And then these are the reasons why, you know, relationships don't work. These are reasons why sometimes the guy leaves. It's all these situations, but then women won't acknowledge their role or the things that they did wrong. It's always the guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's always...
two sides to the story?
Yes, but what I was going to say is, I despise when people say, but nobody's perfect.
Okay.
Whenever there's a situation and you're bringing up something that somebody did or somebody's at fault, they're like, but nobody's perfect. Or for instance, if I'm talking about, a woman did this, the woman usually come back, but nobody's perfect, meaning like, it's a way to say, you be doing dumb shit too. But it's like, wait, but first of all, nobody's talking about that. We're talking about this issue.
Okay.
So deal with this issue.
And that's something, not to cut you, remember your thought. That's something that you taught me also. And I'm not trying to give you all the credit for who I am, but you have
see, just the fact that you had to say that.
Okay.
That,
all right.
That right there is an issue. And I know like the way people, the public, they'll be watching this.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of women probably in the comment section like, oh, like you giving him too much credit.
Yeah.
This and that. It's that hate. When
But
it's
you
like,
give me credit every single day.
No. But what I'm saying
No,
is,
I'm just saying for the people that says what you've done to me is that you've allowed me to grow and understand who I am, who I can be a better person, and how to treat you better. Understand? So that's when I'm saying, that you've taught me so much things about men. You did, and how men feel.
Right.
So what was I going to say after that? I think that's all I was going to say, right? I was just going to say that you
what was going to say?
Yo, I don't know.
But what I'm saying is that there's so many women that they'll hear you say certain things and then be coming from a hating perspective.
Right.
Like you're not supposed to say those things.
Right.
Or you're
About
not supposed
the love
to give
of your
me,
life. Yeah.
Right. That type of praise.
Right.
When if you're coming from that perspective, either you are in an unhappy relationship or you're not in one at all. Or you've never experienced back and forth. That's all growth. That's what makes
it's growth.
That's what makes successful relationship. And that shit goes both ways.
Yeah.
But just because one person is given that speaking on it, there's people that's gonna have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And that shows weakness on their end.
I think that's why a lot of, God's willing, we will be together until we take our last breath, which we will be because anyway. But I think one of the things I really have to touch on is that men are not able to, a lot of men are not able to be themselves around their women. And I think that's another thing. I was able to grow because I allowed you to be yourself, who you are. You have been who you are from the beginning, and you have evolved from who you were to where you are now. And I honestly feel that's what women don't allow a man to be who they are. But not only did you you weren't going to have it, even if that was the case, but that's how we started our relationship from the beginning. Right. You want to be who you are. I'm going to be who I am. We bring it together. We work on different things and then we grow. So I think things like this is what's lacking and why women turn it onto themselves and they're not willing to listen. Women, if you just listen to what your man is saying, they literally tell you when they have a problem. Before, I believe that they go out and cheat. Before they go to another woman, I realize that that you express your problem with me when you have it. I don't like it all the time and I be having an attitude, but you express it and I allow you to express it. And you are able to be yourself from we've been together.
But see, that goes to we've had that chemistry.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't even get to that point because they don't have that natural chemistry.
Right.
And it goes back to what we always say. A lot of people don't even like each other.
Right.
They don't have certain things in common.
Right.
So a lot of people that are together shouldn't even be together.
Right.
And there's going to be bumps and roads. There's bumps
of course.
And whatever you call it.
Everything is not perfect with us, but it is perfect in a certain kind of way. It's the respect. We're very respectable to each other. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
She's totally threw me.
I always, realistically, I think everyone gets thrown off in real life when you jump in and cut a person off. So we're just letting it be on camera that we're throwing off.
What I was going to say is sometimes people don't allow for that natural progression.
Yeah.
So people are too quick to, one thing, we don't judge each other.
No.
So, and we're not so separate where we piss the other one off, where it's like, all right, we'll have certain things that annoy each other.
Yes.
But it's not always like we're so different where we hate each other and we're like, yo, I can't stand you. Like,
never.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're feeling like that, where you can't stand the
or
person.
you don't want to be home.
Right. No, but that can happen sometimes.
Okay,
where
right.
you don't want to be home.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at the person like, I can't stand you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
So
that's
if
true.
you can't fix that,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't be with that person.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't understand is there's certain things that are going to happen. You have to figure out how to work through it.
So let me ask you a question. In your previous relationships, right? Was there anyone that you were with that you just got to a point that you couldn't stand them? Like you're like,
Yes.
okay. And
So I always broke out.
You always broke out. So when you were when we got together and you were looking for a woman, what was your thoughts? Especially when I don't know if you remember, but especially when you were at this woman, and that woman you couldn't stand her. You got to a point where you couldn't stand her. When you were meeting me or met me, what was your thought process at that time?
My thought process at that point was where I knew exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
So before, and this is what a lot of people, men and women, they don't have a concept of what they want, what they're looking for.
Right.
So they're just out there, just whatever.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I remember me and Juan was sitting on the steps where I used to live. And I literally was like, yo, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking like, yo,
what do you want?
I have to have a structure of what I actually want.
Right.
I didn't know. I had to think about it. I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I put it together in my head, and it didn't happen overnight. But I started thinking, okay, what am I looking for? I didn't have any standards or
I get it. Yeah.
But I didn't have certain guidelines like this is what I want, this is what I need. I'm not accepting this, that. Once I started doing that, then it's like they always say with the law of attraction, it comes to you.
Yeah,
because you start doing things different. So
That's
one
what
of
I
the
did
things that I
too.
always tell people, at that time, I had certain things. So I remember being at the job I was at the time. There was this chick, we was kind of feeling each other. But it wasn't like we was talking or nothing. I think we was just feeling each other out.
Energy, like, feeling, okay.
Yeah. So she said something one day, and she said one thing, and it shut any possibility down.
Really? Do you remember what she said?
Yeah, she said something about she was lazy. She didn't like to clean.
Oh.
So she lived by herself.
Yeah, yeah.
So and this is why I always tell people, listen when people talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they'll tell you who they are and what they're about.
Yeah, right
but
away.
You have to take them serious. You have to pay attention.
Yeah.
So at this point, I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Before, that shit would have went over my head. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
But she straight up said, I'm lazy. She was making a point of something going on in her crib.
Yeah.
But she said, I'm lazy. And then she said, I don't really be liking to clean.
Right.
So right away, I just said,
yeah.
So I put myself in a situation. If I'm with you, I got to deal with that.
Yeah.
That's not something I want to deal with.
Yeah.
So automatically, it shut that off.
Yeah.
That any connection I had or might have had or was thinking about, I'm not finding the right word, but
I got it.
That was it.
Yeah.
So I had no more interest in her.
In that, yeah, okay.
So now when I came around her and we was talking, that was just it.
Yeah, yeah.
There was no more flirting. There was no more in the back of my mind, let me see what she know.
Yeah.
You told me what you about.
Yeah. So right away, and I think that was growth for you too, and your frustration of just dealing with crap. Because like one of the things that I also loved about you is that you weren't jumping to have a baby with just anybody. You were really, and that's how our son is. You were really responsible when it came to that. Like you were just like, nah, I've seen the drama. I don't want the drama. You pretty much mapped out. I mean, I'm sure there was other things that you wanted in your life, which, you get into that point too, or surpass it. But you kind of had that mapped out and you stuck to that. You stuck to that from, the beginning.
Well, I always knew.
What made you seriously, what made you just not be a statistic? Because that's kind of like what black men kind of are.
I always knew what I wanted and didn't want as far as that. I never wanted to be with somebody. I never wanted to have a kid with somebody and not be with them.
Okay.
I never wanted to have a kid with somebody and not like them. I saw a lot of stuff in the hood that I didn't like.
Yeah.
So just as far as walking down the street, you see you always see the mother with the stroller and the guy's not there.
Right.
I didn't even like seeing the woman walk down the street with the stroller.
Yeah.
I'm like, It don't even look. No. It don't even look right in this neighborhood.
Right.
To me, you walking down the street with a stroller. I'm like, you got a kid. You shouldn't even be in this area. You shouldn't be raising a kid in this area.
Right.
I feel like you should be driving. You should be driving.
Yeah. But not everybody has that circumstance.
No, but it was just just I didn't want those things for me.
Right.
So there was just overall, like I always saw people, they be with somebody, they have a kid, and it seemed like things always went south.
Always, yeah. That's what you grew up to see. Right. Yeah, me too.
And then it was like most of these people, they didn't have a actual strong connection.
From
they
the
was just
beginning.
having sex.
Yeah.
So then now you're bonded with this person, and you realize then this ain't the person for me.
Yeah.
Most of the people I was dealing with, I knew they wasn't the person for me, but it was just what you doing at the moment.
Yeah, what you're doing. And you know what? Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes when anyone that I was with in the past, I would think in my head, is that the person I want to spend the rest of my life with?
And I always knew.
I always knew, like, even the first 3 weeks of meeting the person, I'm like, I don't want to see where this goes. But I compromise myself and I just go with it. And that's something that is a dope ass topic, is that we know immediately if you want to give this person a chance. Yeah. We choose to compromise who we are and give them a chance, and then it doesn't work out or it ends really bad, you know? But we know. I think we get, not just women, but men too, get that gut feeling.
Yeah, but you ignore it.
Right. So have you ever, from a woman perspective, I always got a gut feeling. When I met you, there was something in my system. I was already planning your life. And you was like, you told me, he said, I'm not getting married and I'm not having kids. That was hands down. You were very strong about it. Like, I've never seen anyone so serious like that. You weren't trying to play that games. Obviously, you made a change, you know what I'm saying? But still, that's the grounds you stood on. What made you, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this question, because...
What made me change my thought process on that?
Yes.
Well, at the time, that's really how I felt. So that's what it was.
What made you, not to cut you, but what is it that a woman can do, or how would I say, what made you decide, okay, you were going to marry me and you were going to accept my son, which is your son?
Well, because it's the way I ended up feeling about both of y'all. So that's not something that...
Malik was a pain in the ass to raise. You were with him since he was 9. He gave us trouble. But go ahead.
But it's not something that you can predict. You know, but me personally, I was at that point also where that's what I was looking for. Not necessarily to raise a kid that's not mine, but I didn't have a problem with it once I had that connection. Yeah. So once I had that connection, it was I took it as a
sign, or?
No, it was like a prideful thing. It wasn't like, oh, but she has a kid. Yeah. It wasn't like that. It was like, all right, well, this is what it is. So I took the pride in, okay, I have a chance to impact this kid and how he's raised and how he, I can have that impact. So I always remember in the beginning, you said certain things, like you need certain things as a man for your son. And I embraced that.
You from the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And you know what? I'm sorry. Did you finish?
No, good.
Because usually a woman cuts off. I always cut you off. Always. I'm sorry, baby. But one of the things that I like about you, and I hope men take notes, is that you came in, you decided to be the stepdad to my son, and you were a stepdad, even though he was you were a dad to him. So that, for me, it was a little bit different. I didn't want a man that had a kid. I didn't. And it sounds crazy, but I didn't want it. Maybe if there was a connection, but when you told me you had no kids and raised your hand and said you have no kids, that's when I was like, okay, there was already something about you. But I knew in my heart, I set my standards because I didn't want the baby mama drama. I went through it with someone and I saw people go through it, and I didn't want that. So the fact, even though I had the kid and you could have been like, I don't want anyone. But you did tell me one time that you didn't want to date nobody with a kid for like a minute until you met me. But I didn't want a man that had a kid because women do things different. The baby mother always come with some bull crap.
But see, here's the thing. There was two things. I didn't want nobody with a kid, and I never was into anybody that smoked. And when I first met you, you used to smoke.
Yeah.
And I was like, that has to go.
Yeah.
But as far as the kid, it was like I said, there was that bond.
Yeah.
So we the three of us, I had the connection with the both of you.
Yeah.
So then at that point, it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
If that connection wasn't there, like let's say with him, then that would have been an issue. Mm-hmm. But again, it goes back to what you want and what you're ready for.
Yeah.
I was ready for that at that time, so I embraced it. It wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Just the same way, like when we got married, you always hear people say, you know, they have doubts or this and that. I never had no doubts.
I have not one doubt.
It was just like, this is what we doing.
Yeah.
There was never none of that I hear other people write. So it's like when you know yourself and you're comfortable with yourself and you're comfortable with how you feel and the decisions you're making, there's no doubt.
You know what I wanted to actually, let's bring this up. You know how sometimes, you know, before I would go through all my phases and I would be like, you want a divorce or all this stuff. I would come out to you and say these things. And you used to always say to me, whoever said that to you? Right. You never deal with just the situation that's at hand.
Right. We'd be having an argument.
And I'd be ready to say, okay, you want a divorce or whatever, this and that. Why? Because when women, I know it's a lot of women, we take it to a whole different level, right? And you taught me again, because you my teacher, you taught me that if we're discussing a situation, let's talk about the situation. Doesn't mean life is over.
Right.
We're going through that specific topic. Right. What was in your head when I was telling you that? Like, oh, I want to divorce. How were you feeling? Like, what was in your head when I was doing that?
That makes me say, okay, it's time to go.
Okay.
So that's what automatically pops in my head.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, if you bring that up, then we're not serious.
Yeah.
Or you're not committed.
Yeah.
To me, it says something against you.
Yeah.
Because one of the first things I told you from the beginning is I don't play with our relationship.
Yeah, you
so
did.
I said this from the beginning. If we're arguing, I'm not one of those people that's every week. If we're arguing, I'm going to break up with you.
Yeah.
We're going to no, I don't play that.
I think that's a fair though. I think when we used to argue, and let me make it very clear, our arguments last like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but we always get through it. But when we used to argue and I used to say that, I realize now from after you teach me that it's an insecurity within me because I know I did something wrong. Or I acted a certain way. So I'm like, okay, if he's angry about that, that means it must be over. I wasn't handling the situation that was at hand at that time. And you kind of brought that to my attention. It took a while because, you know, we were younger and I didn't understand at that time because I'm used to doing things my way, a certain type of way. When I got with you, I realized that there's someone else in the relationship. And then it made me think how I even treated people in the past. But I realized it's because you were the one where I'm able to say, okay, hear you out. And it took a while. Let's be real. You had to deal with a lot of shit from me. But you were also patient and you also understood. So we kind of grew together. Like,
I can understand from a lot of stuff that we've gone through, a lot of stuff I had to deal with. I can understand why dudes in that situation would leave. So that's why I look at things differently when I see couples going through stuff.